From Bears Last Stand to Saban's empire, we built the league, broke the mold, and rewrote the code. Crimson Tide, unstoppable, undeniable, untouchable. 7-9 champs, goal line stand. Barry Cross made Penn State fold their hand. Chile ran, Ogilvie danced. Sugar Bowl glory, Bama advanced. Ray Perkins brought Bennett's wrath. 3-time All-American cleared the path. Bill Curry's crew, Siren Stacy's fire. Deep steep crown, Crimson never tired. Gene Stallings, 92 rain. Teague stripped Miami, left them in pain. Jay Barker Lassick, Odin Tide. Langham locked down, Thorpe took flight. We're nothing but a winner. The best to ever do it. Crimson Tide rolls deep. No one cannot do it. Built for the lights, bred for the fight. We don't chase greatness, we define it right. Saving touchdown, turn fire to flame. 6 rings later, they chant his name. And Graham ran wild, first Heisman won. 2009 Texas came undone.
Roll Tide. Roll Tide, Alabama Nation. Roll Tide, Roll Tide. Hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas out there. All the kids got everything they wanted. Or, like Mama say, you got what you needed. Shout out to you, Sunflower. I come around my house, though. I know where the pleasant's come from. I see the kids. I'm getting this video out late today because yesterday was my birthday. And we had a blast, so I'm not getting this one out early in the morning for your view. I wasn't going to do anything, but a story hit me yesterday that has me intrigued, baffled, has me giggling. It's a gut, it has my stomach kind of in bubbles a little bit, but I'm not sure. And I heard this 2 days ago, and I wanted to make sure I could cite my references because I was watching one YouTuber. Well, he's actually a journalist, a great journalist. He's an Oklahoma homer, but because he went to Oklahoma, so I get it. And but he is also a professional journalist, works for Fox Sports, and it's RJ Young of Fox Sports, and his show is called Adapt and Respond. So he just put this video out. It's like 3 minutes, and he's talking about all this chaos that's happening up in Ann Arbor, dealing with Michigan. And I'm sitting here like, I don't need to hear. It has an Alabama impact. Indirectly, it could disrupt things because it's just a lot of mess going on. They are hurting right now, it seems. We are, for those that are paying attention, we're kind of witnessing a full-scale meltdown. Now, I know I always pay attention to our little brother on the other side of the state. They having a meltdown of their very own, but it's inconsequential because 5 straight losing seasons, they're not going nowhere fast for the moment. I mean, I think everybody would agree with that. The impact that they have on, the football world is minimal because, until that guy, until Coach Coach Golish begins to win, there's, nobody cares. So, what's going on over in Michigan is a little different because it is a big name. They won a championship not too long ago. And, of course, they got a lot going on. But even under the public criminal stuff, there's just it's more chaotic than that doggone play we called against Michigan. Well, Jalen just didn't get in. But while we're out here polishing the standard up and creating a new standard for the NIL era, I call it, folks up there in the north are playing high stakes game of poker with a deck that's missing a whole lot of aces. I mean, the drama kicked off, of course, in December when Michigan hit the reset button. They fired Sharon Moore, 4 calls, and, they hung the old help wanted sign up there, hung it right on the chest of the Wolverine. And it's one of the biggest jobs in the country. It's one of them jobs that, unlike Penn State, because they have had recent success, it's a huge job and responsibility. Since that moment, the Wolverines have been lost in the wilderness. Have you ever seen the Wolverine movie when he was going back the way he was created? That's how they are. That's how they are. But now they getting jumped by all kind of assassins and ninjas or jumping out and mercenaries. They getting attacked on all sides by just this NIL life. So they trying to find somebody to lead this team while the rest of everything's moving at a real fast pace. You understand? Like, everything's moving at a real fast pace. And like I said, RJ Young came out and he says the University of Michigan officially put their checkbook in their pocket. There is a deep freeze on all negotiations about money, guarantees, and any financial commitments or NIL deals for 2026 until a new head coach is found. Until somebody walks across that podium, they basically saying, we ain't paying y'all jack. We ain't promising nothing. Now, there's logic here and insanity at the same time, if you ask me. They're refusing to talk to people who probably, do they have a bowl game coming up or something? I mean, there's logic here. It's like, I don't know. If Nick Saban stared at you, even though you were 62 years old, and said, son, I think you can play here, you probably think you could. This is serious. Michigan wants to have a coach. They have total control over the roster and how the money is spent. They don't want to hand the new team off. Hey, we got this prepaid team over here that doesn't fit the scheme. It makes sense. But they playing with fire. They're playing with fire. Can't play with fire because use a can of gasoline or something hanging around. They playing with fire in a world where show me the money is the only language that's spoken. I mean, I could love a team as a person or a company and still go work for somebody else. So it's anxiety out there. The coach first strategy has hit the locker room in Ann Arbor, and all the Michigan fans, they had their doubt. They're like, oh, that can't be true. Oh, nobody's talked about entering the portal. Then everybody's like, well, y'all got 14 people talking about leaving. So it's like a whole bunch of stuff going around. I mean, think about it. You making $100,000 to be a nickelback at Michigan, you play about 30% of the snaps as a freshman. Coming into 2025, now you go from 30% of the snaps to you started half of the games. You've gone from 30% of the snaps at the beginning of the season. Now you up to like 75% of the snaps. So you turn around like, please, sir, can you put some more? Can I have some more? And these folks like, yeah, we're gonna take care of you when we get a coach. John Bryce of Football Scoop reported on December 23rd, 2025, that players are in a state of high anxiety because they can't get a straight answer about their future earnings. Nobody's talking to them. Let me turn this sounder up, make sure y'all hear this. Half of the kids wanting to go to Michigan State, Ohio State, possibly even Notre Dame. Anyway, they better call Portnoy over there at Barstool Sports. Call his ex-wife because she the one paid all the money for Bryce. She came up with $8 million for Bryce. reportedly, maybe she can come up with $80 million for the rest of the team. Of Port North's money. These young men are supposed to be negotiating their deals for next year right now, but instead they're getting radio silence. I already know. I mean, Ward Manuel is not really him. It's more the GM, but you know, Ward Manuel is definitely a man running that ship over there. Man, so proud of that dude, man. They about to fire him. They gonna fire him. I mean, I'm so proud. Oh man, I'm so proud of Ward Manuel's Chiefs so much, but they're gonna fire that dude. They're gonna fire this dude. The players are starting to sweat. The transfer portal is calling, and it's a dangerous game to play when you're trying to maintain that championship culture that Harbaugh has instilled, but it's starting to chip away. I guess pretty soon, coach is gonna be walking out. I gotta check. When does Michigan have a bowl game? I think they want enough to go to a bowl. Did they already play it? Michigan bowl game 2025. Yeah. Michigan plays Texas. Yeah. December New Year's Eve. Michigan's playing Texas. Congratulations, Texas. Nice win. These boys gonna start walking out. They got to. People like, some of the Michigan fans are like, well, no, nothing's going on. Why would somebody want to leave right now? The portal doesn't open. Why would you announce that you're leaving? You better go check Auburn. They got a long list of people who said, yo, I'm out, dog. Because once you're out, you're losing access to the facilities. No more payments. I don't know if you're going into the cafeteria anyway, but all that's cut off. But why would you announce early and have to leave campus? I mean, it's Christmas. Couldn't you just hang out? Hell no. Bro, you got to get your stuff, move to a whole nother city, find out where the bathroom is, where you're going to be laying your head. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, get your girl. You got to get your girl straightened out. You got to take your girl with you or your women. And then your mama got to know it. She got to be comfortable with it, or your daddy got to be comfortable with it. No, boy, you can't live across you from no liquor store. That's a whole bar over there. You crazy? All that stuff got to be decided. Yeah, that's why you would announce before Christmas, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, strike some kind of deal on the side somewhere, start talking. I'm leaving this place, going to that place. I'm going to go to that place and start poking around. Oh, yeah. I don't like being more than 25 minutes away from Walmart. Whatever the deal is, that's why you would announce. If you wait to January 2nd, which is why it's a bad date, most schools are definitely starting around MLK. So you give yourself 2 weeks instead of a month to get everything straightened out. Get that stuff out of your refrigerator. Get it cleaned up, call in a cleaning company or whatever. And then if you do have parents that can help you move, they probably could still be working. They probably got time off between 15th of December and the beginning of the year. It's going to be hard to get their help around January 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. But despite the silence on 3, and I'm trying to cite these references because I am not making none of this up. This is bizarre. On 3's Pete Nakos, whatever, Nakos. Sorry if I mispronounce your name, but we can fight about it. He reported that Michigan is sitting on a massive war chest, estimated $20 million of revenue sharing, and they have a blank check ready to go. But without a point man to sign it, that money is just sitting in the vault while the clock's ticking. Think about it. You know what happened to us when Nick Saban left? Between the graduates, the regular graduates that was leaving the program anyway, and the people that transferred, we got hit across the head about 44, 46 players. I can't remember the actual numbers, but it was definitely over 40 players. That's a third of the team. You can't dress with 100, 115, I think. It was 105. It's a third gone. Then how many you usually probably have more freshmen than you have seniors sometimes. So basically, you got 40 people know how to play college football. By the way, DeBoer won 9 games with that team. Because he had to fill in the cracks, but they didn't know anything about the standard and all that stuff. Everybody wanted him fired, but, like everybody walked in their job like in the first 12 weeks, and y'all was balling out of control. One employee of the year or, waffle guy of the month, went down there and, you watch cars better than anybody there. Out of 50 people, you was just the best doggone glue of envelopes that the world had ever seen. It took time for you to get up to speed. Just can't start building waffles first day and just, you know how to turn out 12 in 15 minutes. It takes time. Y'all know this, but y'all still want him fired. Don't make no sense. So the pressure is mounting because the NCAA transfer portal, like I said, is about to swing wide open. It's going to hit everybody. ESPN Pete Thamel and Sports Illustrated's Matt DeLima have warned that if Michigan doesn't have a name and a contract by that date, they could see a mass exodus of talent that will make a hurricane look like a light breeze. And why is that? What if they go get PJ Fleck from Minnesota? Decent hire. He ain't won nothing. Now, to stop this bleeding, I should say this, to stuff something in this pressurized cabin that's about to have a hole inside of it like a plane, and everything start flying. I ain't gonna lie, I go get Brian Kelly. Look it up. Brian Kelly is about 7% winning percentage. He knows how to win 9-10 games. The man probably shouldn't have been fired. Yes, he's a jerk, but maybe he's the kind of jerk that they would appreciate in Michigan. I don't know how well Bo Schembechler would have done down in Alabama or Louisiana. Maybe he's the kind of jerk, because they didn't want him to leave Notre Dame. Now, he definitely shouldn't have been. His mouth should cause him to combust into flames when he was anywhere on Notre Dame's campus, saying that the whole thing is like a church, so to speak. I mean, they talk to him, but that dude is woo. But do they have a choice? Can you name something? Can they go get Nick Saban or Urban Meyer to come out of retirement? This is huge. And it's going to be kind of embarrassing. And then the thing is, can they even weather this storm? Can they do something to make it all go away? Now, the main reason I'm covering this, because it's a big story, but even a bigger reason than that is that there's a DeBoer factor and a monetary pressure. Now, this is where, it starts hitting home for us, because Michigan they got their eyes on you. Common sense. You got to have your eye on one of the best and a guy that can handle some chaos. Losing the GOAT created chaos at our school. Following a legend created chaos. A vacuum of epic proportion was created at the University of Alabama when he left. So Bruce Feldman of Fox Sports confirmed that the Wolverines have a serious interest in luring DeBoer away from the Capstone to fix their broken team and his broken offense. And even though Coach DeBoer has publicly stated that he's extremely happy in Tuscaloosa and he loves the ground in the SEC, the rumors are sticking around, man, like humidity in August. Michigan is reportedly to get that man to use that $20 million war chest to put massive pressure on Coach DeBoer. This is the line I like the most. They're trying to turn his head with a Godfather offer. Now, I've only seen 2 of those movies, 1 and 2, once. I don't remember them, but I do remember that famous line. Gonna give him an offer he can't refuse. I'm just telling you, what if? Roll Tide and everything. Let's say you're like me. You are a guy that makes $70,000 doing something with the University of Alabama. Just me, you know, just I don't work at the university. I'm just saying. But then, and with the sports program, so you go to all the games, you know, you kicking it, you know, you go to half of the road games. You don't go to all of them because you ain't that important. But then Michigan roll up on you like, hey man, you can do that with us. You like, man, I ain't trying to hear that. Nah, get out of here. It's Roll Tide, man. But Michigan said, what you making out of 70? Yeah, you know, cost of living in Ann Arbor is a little different. You know, we would let you do that up here for $95,000. You like, man, about $9,000. Oh man, ain't nobody. No, it's Roll Tide, baby. You see all this? And then they hit you across the head and say, well, we normally give you 95, but for you, because we like you. You know, we like what you're doing. We're going to pay you $275,000 to do that same job. Which you even put in a 2 weeks notice. Come on now. Changing your family's future. You changing generations. I mean, that's a lot of money. I ain't trying to be funny. I'll be gone. I still chill for the Tide on the weekends. I hope y'all will understand. That's what a Godfather offer could be. Sporting News pointed out that Du Bois' buyout is currently $4 million. I think that's per year. And but the numbers drops $3 million in January, but it's like I think it got 6 years, so you're looking at 40. No, 6 years, it's like 36 million or something like that. The timing is no accident. You know, Bama fans keep their eye on one eye on the playoff, and you got to keep one eye on this coaching carousel, because for us Bama fans, this Michigan circus is an unnecessary distraction during our hunt for another trophy. I'm hoping they contact Brian Kelly, because he ain't doing nothing. He drove, last time I saw him, I did a little video. He got his stuff. He drove out the gate. They fighting with him about his money. Now he got his money and he just sitting there. Now, is he too old to coach again? I doubt it. Man got a lot of vinegar in his bloodstream. But Bama Hammer and I agree, as a publication, if you're not aware, this is a distraction right now. You know, Jimmy Sexton or whoever the agent is probably know, yeah, I'm not going to bother you. I don't want to bother you. Know you business. I know you busy. But I'm just saying, they talking 14 million. I think Coach Du Bois already gotten their coaching, let's call it an increase in pay. But we're trying to focus on Indiana and the Rose Bowl, man. This noise from Ann Arbor is trying to drown out that rammer jammer. But if Michigan starts throwing around, you know, blank check money and forces Greg Byrne to open up the extension and increase up, man, we know we're the gold standard. But, you know, I'm bringing this story up because it's two-sided. It's like, you know, behold what's about to happen to Michigan. Because even if they announce a coach, if they announce Coach Kelly, a lot of people are going to be like, oh my God, that guy's a jerk. I'm up out of here. You go from a players coach like Jim Harbaugh to Coach Sharon, who's like, you know, these guys crying on TV, hugging folks, snot dripping all over the kids. And this dude is real players coach, and I guess he's kind of kooky too. To Kelly? Come think about it. They probably need to call Coach Du Bois because they gonna lose. I think so many people, but I think Coach Kelly would be able to draw the young people in who don't know, you know, they don't know that Sharon Moore experience. They don't know that Harbaugh experience. This is a Michigan nightmare, which, you know, I ain't mad at. I mean, when it comes to Big Ten teams, though, I mean, I'm kind of Michigan sympathetic. Whatever. I watch Michigan more than I watch Ohio State, and Penn State is dead to me, and probably dead to the world at this point. Which reminds me, I had to check my Penn State recruiting ranking 2026 class. I have to check this every once in a while just to keep myself just so pleased with the University of Alabama. So for the class of 2026, Alabama has 23 commits. Yeah. Number 2 according to 24/7. Whereas I gotta go way down here to the bottom. I gotta hit the button that says load more. After 50 teams come up, I gotta load more. Hit that load more. Let me go down here a little lower. I gotta load some more teams. Then I use my control F. I put in a PN. Okay. Congratulations, Penn State. Penn State has gone from 2 recruits at the end of the early side of the day to 9. Penn State has 9 recruits, and they've moved up from 144th position in recruiting class. Now they are 121st. Now Michigan wouldn't fall that low, because all that's going to be impacted. Who's in your class? Who wants to go? Who's staying? A lot of that stuff will probably not change as much as it did for Penn State when they foolishly let go of Coach Franklin. But everything's impacted. I mean, you have to protect your assets, man. There are desperate programs out here willing to overpay, not for a coach, but for a savior. I wish I had some Oregon music right now. They want a savior. They want somebody to come in and save them. They need saving right now. But the good news, Alabama players, they're ignoring all this stuff, the external noise as much as they can. And they know that at Alabama, the person matters just as much as the player. So, and they know they're playing more. They're playing for the man who serves them 100% every single day. He's out there. Coach DeBoer is doing. I'm hoping he is ignoring all this mess. But ultimately, Michigan's financial gains only proves what we already know. Everyone wants what we have. These whispers ain't just whispers of nothing. While they're pausing their checkbooks and losing their minds, I would have been had Kelly in there. I would have been had a coaching. I'm sorry. What you want? You want to slap? You want somebody you can physically slap at the end of every Friday practice? Okay, we'll set that up. It's got some MMA guys, tough man competition people. They let you slap. Yeah. The tide is just going to keep on rolling because we're not chasing those standards. We are the standard. We're setting a new standard right now. I don't care what anybody on TikTok says either. So, I'm out there on TikTok, man. That is a whole universe. I like it better than X. X, boy, you need to sit down with your pastor after you hang out on X. You took a wrong turn on X, you got to repent. But TikTok is definitely more interesting and more engaging, but I come across some weird conversations. So check me out there, Tight Sports on TikTok, Facebook here, and on YouTube, of course. But that's all I got. That's the story right now. I'm hoping they name a coach, not just because for them, but for the peace of mind of Greg Burns, who had to worry about this stuff. The peace of mind of the Boer family and their next door neighbors. They know the last neighbors that they had over there. They used to leave the trash can out there on the street all day, and sometimes they left the toys in the front yard. Since they had Coach DeBoer in there, I'm sure everything is beautiful, and they used to having their neighbor over there, and they had no problems. His wife probably making cookies for all the kids every Tuesday afternoon, and then they do not want to have a new neighbor come out there. They want Coach DeBoer to stay too. So on behalf of all those people who want Coach DeBoer, his neighbor, to have peace of mind, I want Michigan to go ahead and call Brian Kelly, get that man some anger. And he don't need no anger management class. He need an anger management counselor, like tethered to his ankle. Remember how the Key and Peele had the they had the Obama anger translator. He need that in reverse. He needs somebody to soften his words, especially when he's speaking to, you know, the least of these. Because that dude is harsh, man. But that's what you stuck with, man. I'm telling you, people talking about, gotta fire the boy after we lost to somebody. I don't know. We gotta fire that man. Get him out of here. I'm like, oh, y'all better go look around. We can't do nothing for Coach DeBoer but get coaches to make him better, which is why we should have went on and hired Sam Pittman as offensive line coach or offensive line co-coach, something. Let him cut up film and be the co-offensive line. You ain't, I mean, because I found out something about that. Kapilovic, he's our top recruiter right now. 5 of our recruits got Coach Kapilovic's name on them. So you want to fire him? Not yet. But he needs some help. So hopefully Derek Nick's coming in. You can tell him, like, hey, man, not the Pac-10, not the Big 10, not the Big 12, it's SEC. This is how you got to do it. You can do it like this, or you can do it like that. You just can't do none of that stuff you've been doing before. But I run too long, running my mouth, dragging along the day. I hope you guys have happy holidays. I'll check in with you tomorrow. What is today? Today is Friday. Today is Friday, yes. So I got to do another video for tomorrow. Hopefully it won't have such a nerve-wracking subject. But anyway, that's all I got. If you have any questions or comments, or if you have anything to add, if you've heard something, let me know. I can say I cited everything. It's not me. I just saw it on RJ's channel, and I had to go. It sounds so crazy. I had to go find some doggone. I usually don't even cite stuff I say on here because it's so known. But that right there, this is a mess. 6 days away. Let's get it. I hope the boys are having great preparation. And until next time, always remember, roll, tide,